Hey guys, and welcome back to the Prescot Road to Glory here and of course PES 2020. Today in this video we are going to be taking on Chelsea and Burnley, and up first it is an away game against Chelsea. The team uses Fogarty, Kenny, Pout, Rusk, Nisted, Savage, Wiley, Burns, Mills, Ben Woodburn and Finn Hampson. It's Joe Burns Jr. by the way, not Senior. So here we are at Stamford Bridge taking on Chelsea. It's a big important game for Prescot. They do linger only 6 points clear of the bottom three, and there's the typical Prescot huddle before kickoff that they do every time. And hopefully the captain James Savage can rally his men to a point you would take against a team like Chelsea in the form they're in, and it's they who get it off and Azpilicueta at centre back today. So let's see what both teams can do in this game. It's Chelsea with the early attack now. It's out wide for Marcus Alonso. Brings down. Chelsea, of course, won this fixture in the previous game 2-0. It's back to Ross Barkley. Eyes at the shot. And it's easily claimed by Paul Fogarty there. Chelsea back again with Jorginho. And here is Ruben Loftus-Cheek on his left-hand side. Cuts back, puts it in his right foot, looking at Giroud, who heads over the bar. One-on-one against James Pout there. The back post was Olivier Giroud, but he just couldn't quite aim the header down and into the back of Paul Fogarty's goal. And for me, you've got to say Pout did enough to put him off there on that ball. Here come Prescott with their first attack with Nisted. Here is Jack Mills. He's going to put one in, looking for Finn Hampson. It's deflected and out for a corner. Corner now to be taken by Jack Mills. It looks like Prescott is setting up a train. It's put in now. Joe Burns can't get there. It's cleared away only as far as James Savage. Blocked by Barkley. Out wide to Jack Mills. He drills one across. Donnarumma punches it away only as far as Wiley. And now here's Kenny. Prescott still trying to put pressure on again. It's cleared this time by Rudiger. Here come Prescott on the break with Ben Woodburn down the middle. He'll play it wide. Joe Burns is out left. He takes it down well. He comes inside. Joe Burns to Finn Hampson. First time. It's the wrong side of Donnarumma's goal there. Mistake there by Savage. Now Callum Hudson-Odoi. Chelsea trying to get another attack in just before the end of the half, but it's cut out by Ben Woodburn. And now there's a free kick to Chelsea given by the referee there. So it'd be Marcus Alonso over at Chelsea, completing 91% of their passes to Prescott's 57. Alonso puts one in, easily cleared by Rusk. And now Ben Woodburn can bring it down with no pressure on him, chips it over the top for Finn Hampson. Can Prescott get on a one last counter before the end of the half? Here is Finn Hampson now. He's got to find Joe Burns and put him through the middle. It's off Joe Burns' feet, and it's given back to Chelsea. Here's Joe Burns now spraying it wide, and Finn Hampson out on this left-hand side. Doesn't bring it down quite well. Second touch is okay, but it's cut out, and that will be half-time here in the Barclays Premier League. It is Chelsea 0, Prescott 0. Both teams holding their own and giving off some good chances, but no team has been able to capitalise on their chance. So Joe Burns will get this next half underway, and he goes back to James Pout, and here's James Pout spraying it wide, looking for Jack Mills, and it's cut back by Marcus Alonso and out for a Prescott throw-in. Well done there and well worked by Prescott. It's nearly changed for Chelsea's. Giroud might have done something there, and Alexandre Lacazette, one of the goal scorers in the previous game, will come on. Nisted now takes the throw and gives it to Jack Mills. He'll turn, try and put it in, blocked only as far as Ben Woodburn. Here come Prescott with a shot from Wiley, and it's wide of Donnarumma's goal again. Prescott just can't hit the target there. Simon Deeley showing his frustrations on the sideline there. As we take a closer look here, Jack Mills' ball is just deflected. Woodburn lays on a plate for Wiley. Tries to get the shot, but it's wide of the goal. Here we come now with Chelsea passing it around this Prescott defence. Here's Willian. Plays it to Veruju. Kenny brings him down. The referee has pointed to the spot. And it is going to be a penalty for Chelsea. Ellis Kenny giving it away. And now it's a penalty for Prescott. Both fullbacks going at it. Kenny making the wrong decision, and Veruj just about stays in the box to get the penalty. And up steps Jorginho. Doesn't miss many. Going up against Paul Fogarty. And Fogarty saves. Vital save. And the Prescott goalkeeper keeps his side in it. Brilliantly done by Paul Fogarty, getting down to his right-hand side and making a great save. So here we are now. It's with Willian back to Barkley. Barkley, is there a chance to put the ball into the box? No, it's going to go in now, and Kenny blocks. It's out for a Chelsea corner now. Prescott a bit on the ropes in the second half. They've not been able to get going as Dimitri Payet is on for Hudson-Odoi. Subs for Prescott as well as Jack Mills comes off for Toby Hill. Here is Jorginho, passes it inside for Barkley, blocked by Pout. And now Kenny is able to pick it up. Not on his strong side, he's going to try and go around Loftus-Cheek, but Loftus-Cheek battles back and wins it. Chelsea still piling on the pressure. Here's Willian, nice turn, Lacazette. Here he is now, he's got time. Pout colliding with him, but it's fell to Veruju, and he's going to try and put it in blocked. James Savage clears it down, and Ben Woodburn will collect it. Pressure still mounting from Chelsea now. Here's Ross Barkley, Joe Burns battling and winning it back. And the referee actually blows for a free kick against Joe Burns there. The striker doesn't believe he did much wrong, and I don't too, as you see Ross Barkley here loses the ball. Joe Burns puts an elbow back to try and shield the ball, and Barkley is given a free kick for that. For me, the wrong decision by the referee, and Joe Burns' expression, it says it all there. As Ben Woodburn is to be replaced by Daniel Clark here, coming onto the field. So now the set piece is going to be Willian over it. He's got Jorginho there with him. Jorginho's going to be the man to float it in. It's going to be cleared away by Toby Hill. Only as far as the man that delivered it. Here is Ross Barkley. Loftus-Cheek brings it down, and Paul Fogarty has to pull out another wonder save. And Joe Burns and Victor Moses can't battle it out, and it's out for another corner for Chelsea there. Excellently done here. Ruben Loftus-Cheek somehow got the shot away, and Fogarty reacted brilliantly there. Did the goalkeeper. And he should be proud of that save, as now Chelsea have a corner and Prescott have got to defend it. Marcus Alonso to deliver. Going Victor Moses short, and he's going to go to him. He's going to lay it back to Alonso, gets it onto his left foot, still coming inside. Toby Hill makes the tackle and brings it forward. Can Prescott break? Toby Hill, fresh off the bench, chasing away is Jorginho, but Toby Hill's around him. And Toby Hill, 2-on-2 pretty much for Prescott. Daniel Clark trying to get in. Hill cuts it back for Joe Burns on his weak foot, puts it wide of the post, and Chelsea survive the counter-attack and pace of Toby Hill down that left-hand side, and Simon Deeley knows that there's a chance here with the way Chelsea are pushing forward that Prescott can get on the counter and maybe get a goal, but they need to be doing better than this shot from Joe Burns. Paul Fogarty plays the kick long and high, looking for Clark, wins it just about, and Wiley picks it up with James Savage now. Prescott got one last attack in him. It's through to the middle for Joe Burns. He gives it to Toby Hill, who's inside Rudiger. Goes back onto his right foot, and Donnarumma is forced into a world-class save there. Now Chelsea have the ball at their feet. And they're just playing it around now, trying to find an opportunity to go forward. 90 minutes are gone, and it's 4 minutes stoppage time. We've got 1 minute left. Here's Ross Barkley. Willian outside the foot, over the top. Payet's in. Payet brings it down and scores. Chelsea win. It's a Dimitri Payet late goal that could win it for Chelsea. Dimitri Payet off the bench only about 20 minutes ago comes up with the goods for Chelsea and keeps their top four hopes alive. The Chelsea fans go wild, and what a goal, what a ball by Willian, all made by him, and Dimitri Payet brings it down so well and is able to slot it past Paul Fogarty. But you've got to feel sorry for the Prescott keeper. He has performed wonders today for this Prescott team, but it's all undone by Dimitri Payet and Chelsea's last-ditch attack. It was just an absolute wonder ball from Willian. You can watch this over and over again, outside of the foot. Excellently done. Dimitri Payet brings it down, and on the half volley strikes it past Fogarty and into the back of the Prescott net. Is there going to be any chance for Prescott to get an attack here? Is Joe Burns going to kick it short for Neil Wiley, and the referee immediately puts his lips to the whistle, and that is full time here at Stamford Bridge. Prescott coming away with nothing once again, courtesy of that man Dimitri Payet. Only needed one opportunity, and he came back to the Premier League, and he's took it well there for Chelsea. At full time here at Stamford Bridge, it's finished Chelsea 1, Prescott 0. So that leaves Prescott one place above the relegation zone, but still luckily 5 points clear of Nottingham Forest and Newcastle. Our next game is Burnley. The team is Fogarty, Rusk, Pout, Kenny, Nisted, Savage, Wiley. Joe Burns Sr. makes a rare start. Woodburn, Joe Burns Jr. and Finn Hampson will be playing up front today. So Joe Burns back in the starting 11. We've not seen him much in this second season. He has gone down quite a few overalls, but he's hoping he can still prove his worth to this team by getting a rare start against Burnley today. It's not a bad team for him to try and show that he's still got it and is able to perform in this Prescott team. Back at home, and that's where Prescott have done their damage to teams. And it's going to be Finn Hampson to get the game underway, and he goes to Wiley, who flicks it back. Typical Prescott long ball. It's going to go short, though, for Joe Burns. He's able to bring it down his chest. Here's the man of the myth of the man of the hour, Joe Burns Sr., back in the team. Woodburn gives it to Kenny. Kenny with the overlap and run. Going to pull the ball into the box. It's going to be easily collected by the goalkeeper, Joe Hart. Here's Robbie Brady inside for Westwood. And Westwood plays into the path of one. It's James Savage, though, who cuts inside and gives it to Joe Burns. Finn Hampson now gives it to Neil Wiley, who's pressing forward. He gives it to Ben Woodburn, who's in behind. It's 2-on-3 for Prescott, and Tarkowski comes out on top. Burnley now playing the typical long ball for Ashley Barnes. He's able to head it down for Vidra. Vidra brings it down. Here's Ashley Barnes again. Robbie Brady now. Kenny, Nista putting pressure on him, but Brady's around him. To the back post, and Kenny lets it go, and it's going to go out for a throw-in on the far side, and it's going to go to Burnley. Actually, Ellis Kenny got a little bit of a flick on that. So here is Justin to Aaron Lennon. Lennon holding off Kenny. Does very well, puts it on his left foot for Ashley Barnes, heads it down, and it goes into the back of the net, and Burnley lead with 25 minutes gone. Ashley Barnes, frustration shown there from the head coach of Prescott, Simon Deeley, and Ashley Barnes gives Burnley the lead, and Prescott, for me, they've been played much worse today than they did against Chelsea. It's these type of games that Prescott have just got to stay involved in and get a win, but Aaron Lennon does well on his weak foot. Ashley Barnes, no chance when he heads it down to the back of the net for Paul Fogarty there. So now Finn Hampson gets it underway again for Neil Wiley. Prescott again looking to try and attack early. It's going to come short to go, though, again, as Joe Baines doesn't make a run in behind. Gives it to his dad. He's going to spray it long and wide as Ben Woodburn sits on that, out on that left-hand side. Nods it back inside for Wiley. Back to Woodburn. Flicks it on for Kenny. Kenny for Hampson. Nowhere near the target there for Finn Hampson. Not a bad attack, though, from Prescott. They're showing they can do it. And hopefully we can see more of this to come and maybe a goal or two to try and nick a win against Burnley. Here we are now, blocked from Nistad now. And there is Joe Baines able to pick up the pieces. He's got no options. He's going to go inside. Joe Baines Sr. is going to knock it back to Wiley, who takes a heavy touch forward, deflected. Finn Hampson is not going to battle out, but he's going to win it somehow. And the referee is actually given a free kick there for Prescott in a 50-50 challenge there. James Tarkowski challenging the referee's decision there. And Aaron Lennon, he's not going to get booked, but the referee doesn't want to see that type of stuff again. 2 feet in on Finn Hampson there. And Prescott now have a free kick in a dangerous area. And there's only one man who's been scored a free kick for Prescott in this series. And he's back in the starting 11 ready to try and take another. Up steps Joe Baines Sr. It's into Tarkowski in the wall. It's going to come out to him now. Joe Baines Sr. Eyes up the shot. What a goal! Prescott are back in it. And it's all thanks to the man who's back in the team, Joe Baines Sr. What a goal! Prescott right back in the game. It's 1-1 with 7 minutes to go till half time. Ashley Barnes' early goal cancelled out by a worldie of a goal by Joe Baines Sr. Might have not been his typical free kick we were expecting, but it was just as good as a goal there. As Joe Baines Sr. gets Prescott back in the game, and now we can get going again past Joe Hart and into the back of the net. What a finish by the number 10. That's what a number 10 can do for you if you find the right one. Sadly, we've got Joe Baines at the wrong end of his career, but he's still showing glimpses of what he can do. As Prescott are back in the game, as the knee slide to the Prescott corner to go and celebrate with the fans. So here we are now. Burnley will get the first half again underway. And they're going to come right the way back. Probably going to play a long ball from Tarkowski. It's going to be right the way to the Prescott back line. And James Savage will pick it up for Prescott. Burnley now looking to attack just before half-time. And Adam Rusk clears it long and high. Just hoping for the half-time whistle for Prescott. They haven't been good in this first half at all, Prescott. Joe Baines Sr., bit of magic is what is keeping us alive and in this game. So half-time at the Prescott Astros. It's Prescott 1, Burnley 1. So Vidra will get the second half underway for Chelsea, and he goes right for Burnley, and he goes right the way back to Ben Mee. Joe Baines putting early pressure on Ashley Barnes there, and he can't quite come away. It's long again, and it's going to be headed down to Westwood. Ben Woodburn's going to be the man to intervene now. Pressure from Prescott forces Burnley long. Barnes wins it, but it's going to be intercepted again by Neil Wiley, who's been pretty good today for us. He's probably been our best player. Joe Baines now finds Finn Hampson. He gives it to Ben Woodburn. A lot of space. A lot of time. It's off the post. Oh, it's a huge chance for Prescott and Ben Woodburn. And Joe Bairns wins it back, puts it in. Finn Hampson is only underneath the header and it's easily collected by Joe Hart there. As Fogarty now, he'll play it long and he's going to find a wide open Ben Woodburn who heads it down. Finn Hampson on his weak foot plays it wide into the path of Joe Bairns who can make a run with it now. Burnley though make a great tackle there and it's Robbie Brady to do so. As Vidra is coming off to be replaced by Chris Wood. Still pressure from Prescott building up. Can they get a goal? It's wide, intercepted again. And it's going to be won back by Nysted. Bairns was offside though, and so was Finn Hampson there. As the attackers just couldn't get it back in time there as Luke Nysted won the ball back for them. Neil Wiley replaced by Daniel Clark now in this game. It's long now, and Rusk wins it. Finn Hampson now, he's got Ben Woodburn making a run, but Finn Hampson splits the defence. Finn Hampson in behind, Joe Hart's come a long way, and Finn Hampson's tried to chip the keeper, but he's put it well wide, and it'll luckily be a goal kick for Burnley there. Finn Hampson with a hugely missed opportunity there, and Prescott, for me, they need to be taking these points and taking the lead. Another substitution for Prescott, the goal scorer, Joe Bairns Sr., replaced by Stephen Caldwell, allowing Daniel Clark to move further forward up the field with not long to go. And it's a free kick now, and Ellis Kenny is over it. And he's going to actually play it short into the path of Adam Rusk. Can Prescott get a goal? Here's Daniel Clark. Comes back to James Savage. He's with Stephen Caldwell now. Plays into the path of Finn Hampson. Nice pass. Here is Ben Woodburn. Woodburn turns, gives it to Ellis Kenny. Puts a ball into the box, looking for Finn Hampson. Cleared away. Only as far as Joe Bairns. Prescott still putting pressure on. Here's Daniel Clark. Nice ball back to Joe Bairns. Can he get a ball across? No, it's deflected and out for a Prescott corner now, which Burnley will have to defend. And the corner taker will be, I think we give it to James Savage to take now. So James Savage, not the first choice corner taker, but he'll take one here. Puts it in well. Joe Hart gets a fist to it, only as far as Kenny. And Kenny now gives it to Caldwell. Loses it though, and Chris Wood and Burnley can look to counter, but James Powell steps in, and Caldwell gives it. Here's James Savage now. Joe Bairns. Is there another attack for Prescott still left in this game? Burnley defended well, but it's a great pass by Clark. Woodburn's in behind on his left foot this time. Puts it on to the same post, and it's out for another corner as Burnley once again survive this onslaught from Prescott. Great ball here by Daniel Clark. Lovely weighted. Splits the two, the fullback and the centre-back. And Ben Woodburn only pushes it on to the post though. And again it'll be another corner for Prescott now. And once again it'll be James Savage in swinger this time to deliver it. So up he steps. Bit of power behind it. Goes towards the middle for Joe Bairns. Not going to win it though. And it's cleared only as far as Stephen Caldwell is going to have to compete here with Ashley Barnes and does so very well. Here we are now with Kenny. Kenny's going to let it go wide and take it there. Going to come back in though and play it down the line for Ben Woodburn. Ben Woodburn. He's got no options. Going to give it to James Savage. Savage fires up the shot trying to bend it, but Joe Hart is equal to it. Really not long to go. 20 seconds into a long throw by Burnley. Headed down. And it's going to be a Prescott throw-in, but the referee decides to blow the full-time whistle there. Prescott couldn't get that next goal as Burnley didn't offer anything after their goal. And it's a huge 3 points missed out for Prescott there as they look to remain in 17th place behind Burnley, who are, of course, in 16th. Actually, Newcastle got a win, so that's 3 points away from the drop zone we are. And anyway, I will see you in the next episode when the first game will be second to bottom Nottingham Forest.